Hello, everybody, and welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Welcome to 2021. We're so excited. We got something really amazing that we want to talk about today. We're really in our mode of giving back, not from the holidays, but from all the wonderful things that have been happening with Fund&Grow, how we've been growing. But my name is Ari Page. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Fund&Grow. I'm here with Mike Banks, who's our Chief Operations Officer.
How you guys doing today? As you know, we're doing the membership giveaway. That's what this video is all about. We're going to be giving away 2 memberships every month for the entire year. And what was the total of that?
Yeah, so that's $100,000. We're actually giving away 25 memberships this year. So that's 2 per month plus 1 extra. And so you might be that lucky winner that can, come to our YouTube channel, comment on one of the comments when we're doing our giveaways. We really want to hear, what are you going to use the money for? Are you someone that can afford it? Or are you someone who is just starting a business? What do you need the money for? And, are you ready to make 2021 your year?
Yeah.
You can either come and purchase our service, or now we're giving away 2 memberships per month for this entire year. And that's pretty big. That's $100,000 total that Fund&Grow wants to give back. And we want to give back not just locally. We do a lot here in Spring Hill, local, a little town. That's where we live in, close to Tampa. But we wanted to also give back more on a nationwide level.
Because of the pandemic, right? There's a lot of businesses that are struggling. If you guys didn't already see it, we just released another video where we went around at the mall and we're asking people, how was your 2020? So if you guys want, go comment right now in one word or one phrase, how would you describe 2020? Because we went to the mall, we had a lot of people that, we had a couple shit shows. We had some people say it was challenging. Some people said it was a great year for them. But we know a lot of people are struggling. A lot of businesses are closed. So we're trying to give back, right? We're trying to help people who maybe are struggling, because I interviewed a few people. One guy said his business was down 50%. He had to furlough a bunch of people. Damn. So it's like pretty timely that we're doing this. We felt like we had to kind of step up to help people out, because our business is doing great. Luckily, we've got over 50 employees now. We're steadily growing. Things are great on our end. The credit market's things are looking really, really promising. Yeah. And
my word for last year was astounding.
Right.
Absolutely astounding. Astounding across the board, politically, economically, even our entire way of American life. It really was an astounding year. This is the year that we need to build back. And I don't mean build back better. I'm just saying that we need to build our businesses. We need to build our families. We need to build our communities. We need to really invest into ourselves and into our future. And we need to put ourselves in the driver's seat. Right. A lot of people want to put the government in the driver's seat. It's interesting, back years and years ago, before America was even founded, people would go and they would beg the king or the nobleman or the queen, to be able to do something. Here in America, we have the ability to just go and literally do it. If you have a great idea, you can go and do it. And if you need funding to do it, there's other people that will literally give you money to do it. It's interesting because we go on a lot of vacations. We go to down to the islands. We go to a lot of different countries. Some are first world, second world, third world countries. And it's interesting that in so many countries, people can't get access to just regular funding. Like in Jamaica, they build their homes as they get the money for it. So you might see one layer of the home, and then you see rebar sticking out the top of it, because they're waiting for their kids to get married. They're going to build a second layer because they don't get loans that they can pay for the whole thing. We're so blessed in America to not only be able to get funding for our business, or funding for us personally, but even for businesses to help us launch, a way of being able to become financially independently free. That's the way that it was 300 years ago when the settlers came to America. They were basically all business owners. Were they not? They were farmers, they were traders, they were business owners, most of them. And now fast forward 300 years, they all work for businesses. So we're back. What we want to do is we want to bring it back to the way that it was, where people are in charge of their destiny, where they can take their resources and they can put that forward, and people can start to build up their own lives instead of always building up the lives of the businesses that they're working for. And of course, I own a business, I run a business, and I want my business to do well, but I want not only myself to do well, I want my family to do well, and my community to do well. I want my nation to do well. And that's partly why we're here today to do this giveaway.
And I think, you might be a business owner now, but you weren't always a business owner, right? You used to work in the shipyard back in the day. You were, doing
I've had
cable.
so many jobs, from working in restaurants to doing cable to working in the shipyards for many years as a contractor to the Navy.
Yeah, so the point is that when you have funding, anything is possible for anyone. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, what your job is right now. If you get access to funding, you can start a business, you can start investing in real estate, start buying cryptocurrency. That market's exploding. It just hit an all-time high a few days ago. So there's a lot of opportunities.
Exploding.
Exactly.
Yeah, the cryptocurrency market is just exploding.
Amazon, right now, like 50% of all online shopping is done on Amazon, and 60% of the business that's done on Amazon is done with like mom and pop type business owners, right? So there's a lot of opportunity. If you have access to funding, it's going to make it a lot easier to pull that trigger and actually start a business, start investing, buying houses. I'm in the middle of a flip right now. I know Ari just bought some properties. So it couldn't be a better time right now to start investing in your future. It's the new year, so that's why we're here today. We wanted to give back. We got the membership giveaway. We're going to literally be pulling we're going to spin a wheel and we're going to pull two random winners that are going to win one of our memberships, and they're normally $39.97, $3,997. And we're enrolling a lot of new clients at that price point every single month. And we decided we're just going to give 2 of them away every month this year. I don't know if you guys have heard of Dave Portnoy, but he started a small business fund, and he's doing a similar thing where he's created a fund, people are donating, and then they're giving that money to small businesses that are in need. So that's kind of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to give back to our community and help you guys grow, and we've gotten a great response to that. All the comments, I've gone through them personally and responded to all the comments myself, and just a ton of like positive feedback. People are like, wow, this is so great. You guys are giving back. This is like so like commendable. So if you guys think that's cool that we're doing that, go and comment right now. Anything you want. Happy New Year, Fund and Grow, whatever you want to comment.
What you would use the funding for.
What you would use the funding for. Perfect. So if you have a business right now.
How much you need.
Yeah, how much do you need? Because within 3 to 4 weeks, our clients get funding back in their hands up to $100,000. Over the 12 months, it's up to $250,000, sometimes more than that.
Is that, sorry for cutting you off, Mike, the great thing is that we're getting, as far as the funding goes, to almost be the same amount of funding as it was before the pandemic started.
Right.
Now, I don't want to say it's post-pandemic, but as far as the funding goes, the funding amounts have skyrocketed. And we saw them decline for last year.
Yep.
March, April, they started going down, and then the last few months of 2020, we were able to see them start to rise again. And December was absolutely an astounding month for us in terms of, I just love that word, in terms of funding.
Right.
And we've been, last year was a great year for us, not only because, we've been doing Fund and Grow for so long and really growing it, but quite honestly, a lot of people went from being in a corporate environment, when they were told they have to go work at home, they're like, well, why don't I just work for myself at home? And a lot of people turned to services that could help them create their own business, start their own business. Instead of working for someone else, they're working for themselves doing the same thing. You might already have experience doing what you're doing. You might already be in real estate, or do one of the things that we talked about earlier, like selling on Amazon, or a normal brick and mortar. You might be a restaurant right now that's closed down, but there could be other things that you could transition to. Let's hope that things really, really reopen the way it was before it was closed. I don't know if it will or if it won't. I would like to think that life will go back to normal. Of course, the legacy media has a whole different future for us lined up. We'll see if that happens, or if the American dream continues to emerge, and if the American people continue to put their destiny above that of the corporate interest and the mainstream and legacy channels.
The point you're making is that it's good not to be relying on that, right? Start creating your own income separate from your job. If your restaurant's closed or whatever the case is, start investing in your future. Start getting access to funding. If you have an idea and you can create a return on investment, get access to funding, buy that house, fix it up, flip it, create that Amazon store, figure out what it is that you want to do. And if you're already doing something online and your business is growing and you're doing good right now, comment below and say, my business hasn't
working.
Yeah, my business is, Amazon, and it's growing like never like it never has before.
And if you want to help others, go ahead and like this video. Share the video. Let others know about the giveaway. Maybe it's not something that's going to work for you, or maybe your business doesn't even need funding. Maybe you're already good, but there's others that might need help. And so go ahead and help us by sharing the video, like the video, put your business name as a comment. Let us know what it is that you're doing, how much funding you're looking for, or even if you're just trying to network. We do a lot of networking here locally in Spring Hill, where our Fund and Grow location is. And we have a lot of employees, like Mike mentioned earlier, about 50 employees here. So we do a lot of different events like July 4th and Christmas and New Year's. And we bring a lot of people together. On our New Year's party, we had 120 people. Some of them were our employees, some were friends, many business owners that are local. Some traveled from as far away as Miami all the way to come up here, which is a couple hours, to network with us and our crew. And so, we love doing that type of stuff. But this is our way of being able to help outside of our town.
Right.
Because Mike is going to be taking a camera and going and locally giving away a membership where we can go into a business and see if we can help them build their business even bigger and better. And so, but we want to also do it in all the states, not just here in Florida, because by the way, Florida's doing good. We're completely open. We have extremely low numbers in terms of the situation going on. And Florida overall is doing good. Our business is open. We're able to have everyone come into our location as far as our employees go. We're able to keep everything moving forward. That's why funding has continued to be churned out, even during the pandemic. So, but the great thing is numbers are shooting back up. Funding is starting to come back in a big way.
Yeah. So in a few minutes, we're going to pull up the Wheel of Fortune wheel, and we're going to spin the wheel, and we're going to randomly pick. And there's literally like hundreds and hundreds of people that have entered this. So, if you don't get picked, there's still light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to be offering a $500 discount. If anyone wants to sign up today, that's up to you. But, we know everybody wants to win the free membership, but there's hundreds of people, and we're going to randomly pick that for you guys. It's going to happen right in front of your face. So that's going to be exciting. Daniel, did we have any other ones on the...
So right now we're giving away 2, right? We're going to be picking 2 people.
We're picking 2 winners. Okay.
So that's an 8K giveaway that we're doing right now. So 2 winners.
Right.
How do we spin the wheel?
Oh.
Seriously?
Wow.
And then HDMI 1.
How about that? So this is the weather. So what do we do here? We can spin this?
No, so you got to tap it. So are we ready to spin the wheel? It's all loaded up, right? Everything's good to go?
You spin the first one.
Everything's loaded.
So we can pick a name.
Yeah, just tap.
Just tap the bottom.
Yep. Right here?
And then do the top one.
All right, here we go. You got to tap it. You can't actually spin it.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at this.
This is great. All right, here we go. We got winner number 1 coming up. We're going to reply to your comment. We're going to try to reach out to you guys directly, but we don't have everyone's phone number. So if you guys are watching,
we have a winner.
We got a winner.
And the user that has won is
Jondas, yeah.
John. So how do we find out more about our winner? And
so let us know if you're watching right now. Jondas, if you're on the video right now, let us know. Go make a comment real quick. We're going to reach out to you directly. We're going to reply to your comment, try to get a hold of you guys that way, and hopefully we see a comment come through from you shortly.
And John, our biggest goal here is to help you grow, to help your business do better, to help your family do better, and in turn, help your community. And that's what we're all about here at Fund and Grow, not only for ourselves, but for all of our clients. And on the other side of that equation is the employees. Well, in our group here, we employ 65 different families are supported through all of our employees. It's 65 different families. We're super proud about that, and we want to help others do the same. We want to help other businesses grow, and this is pretty exciting that John, this is the first winner. So how do we do the second one? It's my turn to do a spin.
You just tap. Just tap it. It's got to be a tap. I know. You just want to just spin it with all your might.
It's a very cool app from wheelofnames.com, by the way.
Right?
And then it just pops
Here
up.
we go. Okay.
Carmen Cuevas. Is this a past client? It's a familiar name.
Wow.
Either way, welcome. That was my spin. You can thank me. But so we have Jaundice, and we're gonna reach out to you guys and send you guys a message. And we also have Carmen. But we are super, super happy to be able to serve you guys and give this completely strings-free, nothing attached, no cost to any of the winners here. We simply want to serve you. We want to give you funding, show you how it works. Hopefully, you'll give us a testimonial like many of our other clients. And we're going to do this again next month for another 2.
But this is how we operate as a business. We take care of our clients, we take care of our employees, and we want to show that by giving back, giving these memberships away, because that's kind of how we do business. We take care of our people. That's why we have 2,400 positive reviews. We have a 4.9 star rating. Based on all those reviews, the average is 4.9. So we really take care of people. We get nothing but good reviews, and that's kind of why we're doing this, because that's where we're coming from. We're coming from a place of giving and taking care of our clients. And we're going to be giving away 25 of these memberships this year. That's over $100,000 in free service. And if you add up all the amount of funding that could be, that's like millions of dollars in funding that we're trying to inject back into the marketplace, back into the economy. Hopefully we can help out some struggling businesses. And hopefully we hear from Carmen and Jaundice. Go comment on the video if you guys see this, and then we're going to respond to your comment from your original comment and let you guys know that you won. But congratulations. We hope you guys are excited about this. We're going to be doing this again once a month. We're going to be giving away 2 memberships. Can't say it enough because this is a big deal. I don't know of any other companies that are doing this, just giving away free service, but that's what we're doing. We're doing great. Our team's growing. Things are going great on our end, so we're just trying to give back.
And just if you're wondering, you might say, well, this is a cool giveaway and everything. I got an email or I saw this on YouTube, but who the heck are you guys? How do I even know if I want you to get me funding? But I would encourage you, go ahead and Google us. Check out how many reviews that we have online. Multiple different review services, over 1,000 reviews right on Google alone, all positive. I mean, there are some negative ones. We deal with hundreds of new clients every single month. Each client is coming and spending $4,000 for our membership service. So last year we did over 15 million in total revenues, and we have a very big support staff. From our client relations people to the consultants to the account managers, the people that are doing the negotiations. Of course, you have salespeople, and all of that together is churning out tens of millions of dollars of funding every month. Last month we hit 13 million again, or it was right below 13 million again, and again it's gone back up. So we've had months where we're at 15 million in funding, and that's only happening because there's hundreds of clients signing up. This isn't something that we've done for a few people that we have no idea what we're doing. We're doing this for hundreds of people every single month, hundreds of companies, and we're churning out millions of dollars of funding, of loans that they're using every single month on a yearly basis. Last year we did well over 100 million in funding.
Yeah, we've been in the business for going on 13 years now. And we've got over 28,000 clients. We've established over $1 billion in funding. Like I said, 2,400 positive reviews, and we really know what we're doing. We got to also. I wanted to bring this up. We've made some adjustments to our internal process. We've kind of changed some departments a little bit, and now we're able to get through things even faster. So we're able to get people to funding way quicker than we were before by splitting up and making those adjustments internally. So we're always doing that kind of stuff. We're always trying to innovate and make things more efficient. And we have a great team here, great management team. So you guys, if you do decide to sign up with us, you're in great hands. We're going to take great care of you. And if anybody wants to, feel free to comment on the video. Let us know what type of business you have and what you would use the funding for. And please do like the video because it helps us get the word out. The algorithm likes it. It helps us get these videos in front of people like you who might need funding. And so we're doing the giveaway. We really want to get that circulated. So if you could like the video. Or if you have good
feedback for us, leave the feedback. If you don't have a business, if you're not looking for funding, if you don't know what industry you're going to be in or want to be in, just come and leave a comment on there and say, Ari and Mike, you guys are awesome, or Ari and Mike, you guys suck. Whatever it is, come and tell us. We need to hear it. We need that feedback.
Yeah, if you guys are having a good New Year so far, feel free to write a comment. Happy New Year. If you're having a bad New Year so far, let us know. Maybe we can help you guys out. If anyone wants to get on a phone call and do a strategy session with someone from our team, we can go over your credit report. We can let you know what the qualifications are, and then you can find out what you pre-qualify for. So even if you weren't one of the people that won the membership, we could still get on that phone call and give you a pre-qualification and kind of go over the whole program with you so you know exactly what we're all about.
And the pre-qual is really cool. Because the pre-qualification, what it does is, without putting a hard inquiry on your credit, which means like pulling a hard, pull of your credit, we're able to look at your scores and determine exactly how much funding you'll get right now. We can tell you how much funding you'll get right now, how much funding we'll get for you over the life of the membership, and that way you really know what you're working with when you get started.
Right, yeah, we're all about clear expectations. We want everybody to know exactly what they're getting before we get them into the program. So we're very clear with people every step of the way. Communication is key with us. We're always answering the phones. We get tons of phone calls every day, but we're always communicating with our clients, following up. We don't like leaving anyone in the dark. I know how that is. I've worked with other companies where it's like, a pain in the ass to get a hold of somebody. It's not like that here. There might be a small delay here and there, but we take care of people, we follow up, we stay on top of things, and our team's incentivized too. They're not just getting paid hourly and just kind of, taking it easy. Everyone here is incentivized to hustle and to grind, and we do that through commission, obviously, and bonuses. So like, for example, our team that's getting you guys the funding, they get paid based on the amount of funding they get you. So they're super incentivized and motivated to really do their best job and follow up and put in the effort that's required. And so you guys are in good hands. That's the main point.
So now, if you're interested in getting started, you didn't win today, you can still maybe win next month. But if you're really serious about moving forward in your business, I'd recommend just getting started. So what are the basic qualifications? Mike, you want to go over what the qualifications are real quick so that people can know? Obviously, this is a credit score driven business credit program. Now, it's credit score driven, but the funding that we create does not appear on your personal credit. That's really important. If you're getting funding that you think is business credit and it shows up on your personal credit report, it's not business funding. So one of the things that we do is we're helping people get funding that doesn't even appear on their credit report. That way they can maximize the usage of that account. They can use the entire account without pulling their scores down. That's a common problem with using your personal credit. If you are a business owner and you're using your personal credit, a home equity line or a personal credit card, then what you're actually doing is depressing your scores and making it really hard to refi out of that.
Yeah, so you want a 720 credit score or better, no derogatory items, ideally. If you've got something from way back in the day, it might not be a big deal, but if it's like a bankruptcy or if you've got a bunch of late payments that are recent, those could hold you back. Obviously, your score is probably not going to be over 720 if you have any derogatory items. And the debt to credit ratio is important. That's one of the most important things. You can't be maxed out and ask for more credit. So right now, we're right about 30% is what the banks want to see as far as, like your credit card limits and the balances. You want to be right around 30%. So if you got 10,000 total, you want to be around 3,000 with your balance.
So that's on, if it's a $10,000 card, you don't want to have more than a $3,000 balance on that card. That's the 30% ratio that we're talking about. And that specifically applies to unsecured credit cards. So if you have a credit card, then that's where that ratio is going to apply. This does not apply to your mortgage. You don't have to pay your mortgage down. So most of the time, what we do is we help clients just rebalance the debt. Most people have multiple credit cards, but they just use one. And so we might, without even paying anything, we can rebalance the debt. Your scores shoot up, and then we move forward and apply for you.
And then the other thing, you're going to want at least 2 major bank credit cards that you're actively using. If you only got one right now, but you've had it for multiple years, that could be enough, but we're probably going to need to start with some personal credit building. So why do we say that you need to have 2 personal credit cards? Because in order to qualify for business credit, they're looking at your personal credit. This is the main thing that qualifies you for business credit, right? You don't need huge revenue or tax returns. A lot of real estate investors have a hard time proving that type of income on their tax returns. So that's why we go after specifically business credit, because it's all stated income, and we're able to use projections when we disclose that. So that allows us to just use your credit as the basis for getting you qualified, and that's really it. It's super easy to get, a lot of people that are startup business owners, they just did their first flip a year ago, they don't have an entity yet. We help you guys set up the entity if you don't have one already, and that's all part of our program. So even if you're brand new, if you're starting an Amazon business or you want to do some flips or whatever it is, it doesn't matter if you have an existing business yet. This is what matters right here. anyone can go and get business credit because you could be doing your own side hustle and you work your 9 to 5, but in order to get business credit for your side hustle, this is all you need. But you could set up like a sole proprietorship, get your tax ID. You don't need to worry about having an LLC for 2 years or any of that kind of stuff. It's
And
really
we're gonna
all
do
about
that
this.
for you, by the way.
Yeah.
If you have good personal credit, we can put all the other links in the chain together for you. Most important thing being what Mike touched on earlier, that we do it 100% legally. There is a certain way to be able to present you to the bank if you're a real estate investor, to be able to maximize your income from using a stated income application without in any way being disingenuous. Very important that we're honest with the banks, and then they give us even more funding. And so that's a huge thing that a lot of clients really want. And I know there's a lot of people that are watching right now that really wish they had won that membership. And we're going to have another giveaway next month. But for anyone who wants to just go ahead and get started now, we have a $500 discount that we're going to give you. So instead of paying the normal $4,000 for our membership, if you go to fundandgrowshow.com, fundandgrowshow.com, fully spelled out, the words fund and grow, not the ampersand sign, but fund, then the word A&D spelled out, fundandgrowshow.com. You'll see that we have a special deal lined up for everyone who's joined us today. And that is a lot cheaper than if you were to go to our website. If you go to our website, fundandgrow.com, you're going to be paying $500 more. And there's a very cool buy one, get one offer that we're doing right now too. So if you go, you get $500 off, and you're going to get a double membership. You'll be able to put 2 different business owners through the program for the cost of $3,500. So we're doing that because we feel so bad that we can't give away the membership to everybody. But like we said earlier, we got 65 families that are employed in this process. And so, of course, we need to keep food on their tables. So we're going to give away 2 memberships every month this year. That's plus an extra one, a floating one. So that's 25 memberships for this year, which totals a $100,000 giveaway that we're doing just out there to potential business owners, to clients, to people that want to get started on making a difference in their future, wanting to take control of their future in terms of their income, that wants to help their family and grow their family's ability to do what they want, when they want, how they want, where they want. And to be able to do the same in their community, to be able to have a greater impact. You're going to be able to do that when you're able to have a greater impact on yourself. In other words, when you're not working a job and being and not in charge of your destiny. You're going to be able to do that when you're in charge of your family, not having to worry about all of different crazy things going on, but your family focuses on your family business. You're going to be able to do that when that's the way that your family's interacting with your community, and then you can make a much bigger impact. And so if you really think about what your place could be, how you could help, where this isn't just about your business. This is about your future, your family's future, quite literally your community's future. And if you've been watching anything to do with politics, you'll know that these things are very important right now. Not just for us and our families and our communities, but our entire nation's future. And so the harder we work, the more that we build up the system that creates equanimity and sharing, which is basic capitalism of us owning our businesses, creating goods of value, bringing value to others, and others bringing value in terms of currency and the normal capitalist exchange. If you want to have a greater share in that, then start your own business, grow your business, expand your business, add other streams of income to your business. Mm-hmm. There are so many different things you can do. Mike is our chief operations officer, and he's still a full-time real estate investor.
And now I'm investing in crypto, and I'm already up like over $10,000 in just a couple of weeks, because right now the crypto market's kind of booming. Mm-hmm. And if you watch the right videos, you follow the right channels, you read the right articles, you can easily figure out what's going on with the market, and you can buy a good deal. You can get a good real estate deal. You can get a good deal on stocks. You can get a good deal on crypto, buy it at the dip, and then if you want to do some day trading, sell it once it goes up or hold on to it, because everything is continuing to appreciate. And that's kind of how it is with real estate too. They say buy real estate and wait. Don't wait to buy real estate. And you know, a lot of people think there's a market crash coming in real estate in 2021 once the forbearance ends and the moratorium on evictions, once that's done at the end of this month, unless they extend it, there's going to be a lot of foreclosures that start hitting the market after like Q2, Q3. That's when it's really going to start to pick up. I think that's what a lot of our affiliates who are real estate experts, that's what they think as well. So it couldn't be a better time to start gearing up, get access to funding. You know, we know things are challenging for some businesses right now, but that's kind of an indicator that you got to do something and get out of your comfort zone and do more to create more income, so you're not relying on just the 9 to 5, and create that extra income stream like I'm doing with real estate. I'm doing flips. I got another one. The guy just called me back today, and he's motivated, ready to sell now. So if you're out there sending out mail, if you're reaching out to people, you're going to find those kinds of deals.
Excellent. And we have a correction. The link is not fundandgrowshow.com. We're still getting that one up and running. But if you go to fundandgrow.com/2021, that's the game plan for this year. fundandgrow.com/2021, you will get that discount that we talked about, along with the buy one get one offer. So the correct link again is fundandgrow.com/2021, and that's going to be $500 off, along with a buy one get one offer. And you know, whatever we can do to help your business is, you know, we're here for you. If you have questions for us, we have people on standby that can help you. You know, our credit gains have been absolutely through the roof this last month, and we're seeing that in the first couple of days of this year. So far, we're seeing the same thing. Credit gains have been super high, and we know that when we're getting, you know, 900,000, $1 million, 1.2 million in funding in one day. That's how we know that things are really starting to skyrocket and shoot back up.
You know what's really cool? The negotiations process, we talked a little bit about that, but there was a couple days out of the last month where all of the credit that we established that day, most of it, damn near all of it, was from the negotiations that were done. None of the auto approvals were really, contributing to the total number.
That is so huge. So what Mike is saying is, when we apply, that's the initial application, but then our negotiators follow up, and they'll take an approval of 10 grand and turn it into 20 grand. They'll take a declination, turn it into an approval.
Yeah.
And he's saying that we basically got close to zero in auto approvals, and the majority of all the funding that came in was from the negotiations process. Now, who here on this video has applied for something? You're at Kohl's or some store, and they asked, you want to apply, you'll get 20% off. So you applied, and you either got approved or denied. Let's say you got approved for something small, or you got denied, but you didn't know why they made that decision. So many times, business owners,
That's happened to me.
They apply for something, they get a decision, they have no idea why they got that decision, and then they just walk away. Well, the important thing that we do is we negotiate that. We're calling the bank, we're asking them why we got that, we're telling them the amount that we want, 50, 70, 100,000 on that one credit line. Even if they come back only with 20 or 25,000, and we're applying for and getting 3 or 4 of those in tandem all at the same time, getting you 100 grand at one time in funding, those are pretty big numbers. And since during the pandemic, funding definitely went down. Instead of getting 100 grand right away, people are getting like 30 grand right away. But now we've seen a trend back up. This last month, we almost broke 13 million again. And this month we've had huge days coming in strong. I think yesterday was a $800,000 day, or was it $700,000 day? And so that's a lot of funding to get in one day. And we're doing that every single day. We have days where we're getting 1.1, 1.2 million in funding. And so it could be 50,000 for this client, it could be 100 grand for that client, and it just, all of that stacked together is those clients that got funded. And like I mentioned earlier, our negotiators are getting paid a commission when they get the client funding. So our clients, you guys are receiving funding that the negotiator is only getting paid on if he actually gets it for you. So he's going to sit there and not even, I'm pointing behind me where the negotiating team is, but they don't even make any money until they've got funding for you. They're not making any money. They're only going to make it if they get you approved on something. That's when they get their commission. And so these guys are pushing hard to get funding. And the important thing is to really do it in a way that matches your business 100%. To do it in a way where the underwriters, the banks understand your business, they see it fluidly for what it is, and then they can feel good about extending to your business. It's interesting how people on their own recognizance, when they go and apply, and when they talk to the bank, they don't know what to say. They inject a lot of fear and worry, and they're not sure. Whereas, when we interact with the banks, we're 100% confident. We know exactly what we're saying. We know exactly what to preemptively bring up to the underwriters. We know what to not talk about, and we know that we are going to do every single transaction 100% legitimate. We're not going to lie to the banks. We're not going to be deceptive or deceitful. We are going to use everything that we can legally to get you as much funding as possible. We will not cross the line.
I just made a quick drawing to show you guys. This is literally what it looks like in our CRM when we look at the credit gain view and we look at the auto approval. So the auto approval is what happens right when you apply on your own. This is what we see all the time, mostly zeros, and then you'll see like a small auto approval mixed in there. But this is what happens to most people when they apply for business credit on their own. And a lot of times they get shot down by the computer. It's like a systematic thing. They don't even get it, that doesn't even get reviewed by a human being. That's why there's all these zeros. And meanwhile, you could have 750 credit scores, and I've had it happen all the time where clients say they have 750s and they apply for business credit, but they got shot down just because they had no previous business credit history. But we know that that's not really a thing. That's not an actual denial or grounds for declination, because once we get on the phone with the underwriter, that's turned over from a zero to a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 limit, which most people would have never even knew that they had access to or that they should have fought for, but we know that because we do 2,000 applications every month. Every single month, we have hundreds of clients signing up with us. And so we know exactly what the bank's looking for. We know how to prepare our clients, and we have a ton of videos about that.
And another aspect of that is removing inquiries. You might say, well, listen, I don't want to just apply and get all these inquiries put on my credit report and bring my scores down. We are going to show you how to remove hard inquiries that were created by a business credit card.
Regardless, though, those inquiries mean nothing compared to hundreds of thousands of dollars of business credit. But we can remove them.
We can show you how to remove them.
Exactly.
You're going to get access to funding, which is going to so greatly help your business that even if you had to worry about the inquiry, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah,
However,
2 points.
This isn't like going to a car dealership where you go and you look at a car and suddenly you have 12 inquiries on your credit report. That's not what's going to happen here. And when we look at your credit, we're not going to even put a hard inquiry on the credit report. That's key. Then when we apply with the banks are approving business credit cards. They're not even legally allowed to put it on your personal. They can put it on your business credit report. They can't put it on your personal credit report. And so those ones are legally allowed to be removed. We share that technology with you. It's not something that we just do and we hoard that technology. We are literally going to share it with you so that you know how to remove those types of hard inquiries in the future. So there's a lot of ancillary things that you get along the way with us, where you're going to learn about your credit, you're going to learn how this funding works, you're going to learn how to get cash off of business credit cards without paying cash advance fees, how to get the cash right off the card.
Oh, we didn't even talk about this. The wire.
Yeah, so we have real estate clients that are getting $100,000, $200,000 of funding, and they want to use those business credit cards. It might be $50,000 on this card, $75,000 on that card. They want to use that in a real estate deal. And so how do you do that if it's a credit card? How do you do it if you want to have your cash up front and you're not going to the deal with some credit cards, So the way that we do it is through some services that we work with, where they are 100% approved to be able to charge your credit card, and then they wire the money directly to the title agent, directly to your real estate attorney that you're working with. The money can be wired directly from the credit card in order for you to complete your deal. It's an amazing thing. So that if you're in real estate, if you're buying inventory, if you run a brick and mortar, it doesn't matter what you're doing. What you're doing, the business credit card will work.
Oh,
and
Amazon.
We can show you how to. Yeah, Amazon. If you're buying supplies, it's a no-brainer.
They don't get paid right away when they sell on Amazon. There's like a 2-week waiting
Yeah, you got
period.
a net 30, a net 60.
So you need funding, and we have had so many clients that are in the Amazon space say that we've literally saved their business. And I've had that happen. I've heard it from clients directly on interviews that tell me, one guy told me that he bought his first 6 investment properties because of us, with the funding we got for him. Another guy added 3 rentals to his portfolio. He's got 45 total rentals, and he owns an insurance company and a mortgage brokerage. And I've if you guys want to see these interviews, there's a playlist of client interviews on our channel, and they're real, they're raw. There's one guy, Nick Perry, he went from $40,000 a month, his revenue, to 400,000. He's a wholesaler and he does pay-per-click. That's his primary marketing campaign. And now he's able to spend what he used to make every month because of us and because of him as well. But we helped him with the funding, and he's told me that directly on Facebook, on the interview that we did.
Go to the YouTube channel, watch the interview so you can hear Mike question him. Mike is like, wait, you were making 40 grand a month, and with our funding, you went up to 400,000.
That's
He questioned
10x.
And Nick explained exactly what it is, how he was doing what he was doing, exactly what he was investing in, how he got the funding, when he started with us, how much came in on his first batch. Everything is broken down on there. Mike really grilled him because he was just as surprised as I was when he tells us he went from 40,000 a month to 400,000 a month.
Right.
Now, there's a lot of businesses out there doing 400,000 a month, and more. We do a lot more than that every month. But I can also tell you that going from 40 to 400 is that's huge. That's absolutely tremendous. We want to be part of that type of growth.
And it's awesome to be a part of that and to hear directly from one of our clients telling us how grateful they are. It's awesome because I didn't always do those client interviews, right? I've been doing them over the last several years now, but 5-7 years ago, we weren't doing that. We were always getting positive reviews, but by connecting with people and really hearing their story of, the struggles that they overcame or, the goals that they reached or whatever it is, it's just really awesome to know that this is a viable resource and it's helping thousands of people every single year because it's affordable. It's 0% interest for an average of 12 months. Business credit doesn't show up on your personal report. Even though your personal credit is the qualifier, it doesn't show up on your personal report. So now you're keeping your business expenses separate from your personal. Your personal credit scores need to stay high. They shouldn't be going up and down every time you do something with your business. If you do a rehab on your property, whatever it is, your business credit should be separate from your personal, so that when you go to refinance that rental property, you're gonna do it with ease. But if you're not using business credit and you got all those expenses on your personal from the flip that you did, now it's going to be harder for you to refinance. And I've had clients tell me this directly, that because of the business credit, Eric Henson was the one who told me this, he's realized how much easier it is to refinance. And we have people buying properties outright with the credit. We have people covering renovations. One guy I interviewed, Gabe, he covered 8 of his renovations with the funding that we got for him. He used some of the money for down payments. Jonathan Jarrell, we just drove an hour and interviewed him at his duplex. He has 3 duplexes side by side. He funded them with Fund&Grow's funding. He bought the property with the funding, and he used the money for down payments. And then he was able to get conventional financing because he built them from the ground up. So he bought the property. He used the funding for the down payment. He told me directly to my face. He sent the wire from the credit line, using plastic directly to the bank as his down payment with no issues.
And everyone can watch this.
That's in the playlist, the client interview playlist. Jonathan Jarrell. It's one of the more recent ones, and he's an awesome guy. And he's got a background in HR. That's what he's done. He's always been in the corporate world, and he's got so much energy. This guy, he's loving the real estate investing arena. He's loving being able to create legacy wealth for his family and to grow his income, because he's holding those properties, and now he's collecting like several $1,000s a month in basically passive income, which is paying for the asset. So once he's got that paid off, now he's got 100% cash flow coming in. And if you don't take those steps, if you don't actually act on the things you're hearing about, you don't have to know everything about whatever it is that you're trying to do. Progress, not perfection, right? Fail forward. Get in there and get your feet wet. That's what I did. The first flip that I bought, I was trying to wholesale it. I didn't even have any plans of buying it. I couldn't find a buyer at a better price than what I had it for. So I was like, all right, I think it's time for me to do my first fix and flip and actually buy the property, not just try to wholesale it. And I did it, and it was perfect. I had 3 full price offers 3 days after I put it on the market in March, in the beginning of COVID. At the end of March, early April, I had it sold in 3 days over my asking price. I made more than I thought I was going to make, and I didn't even know what I was doing. I'm in there, I'm estimating repairs. I don't have like a construction background. I don't necessarily know exactly what the repairs are going to be involved with or what the costs are and all that stuff. But if you get in there and get your feet wet, it's really not that difficult. It's not rocket science. None of this stuff is. It just takes work and perseverance, because it took me over a year to get my first real estate deal. Couple times I was like, yeah, maybe this isn't for me. I'm making good enough money. I don't really need to do this, but I wanted another income stream. I wanted to know that I have other investments, other things going on than just primary income, right? So it's not that difficult if you jump in and get your feet wet and don't wait until you have all the information, because you're never going to have all the information. You're never going to be 100% comfortable before you take action. So you should definitely, if you're thinking about doing something, take action, take the leap of faith. And
Mike, I know there's a lot of people right now wondering, well, when you did that, did you use Fund&Grow funding?
Yes, I did. I got the property for $65,000. I put in about $23,000 and I sold it for $130,000. So I made about $30,000 roughly after expenses. And I have one right now. I just closed on it like a month ago, and I've already got a new AC in it. I got the bathroom's almost done. I got new windows in there. Have a new roof going on. Friday that gets started. I'm hoping to have that one done within about 2 weeks so I could get it listed before the forbearance ends and all the foreclosures start hitting the market, which could lower prices and kind of water down the market, which is good because now we're going to have even better deals to buy. Right now, the retail market's really hot, but once these foreclosures start hitting, it's going to be a lot of traffic in the investment space. There's going to be a lot of investment deals going on, like 50 cents on the dollar. Prices are going to drop. And if you have access to funding, you can take advantage of that and get some of those deals. And not only just get the foreclosures, once somebody is screwed over and now they can't pay for their house anymore. The idea is that you're coming in at the right time to help them, because if they don't sell that house quickly in some cases, then they lose the property, it goes to auction, and now they're really shit out of luck. But if you can get in contact with these people who are like, let's say on the tax delinquent list or on the pre-foreclosure list, if you could send them some mail or reach out to them and make them a cash offer, that helps them avoid losing their property. They still get their money, they pay off their mortgage, and they could still make some money on the property. It's supposed to be a win-win. So that's why I like real estate, because we're helping people get out of tough spots. A lot of people who are motivated sellers, they want to sell quickly at a good cash price. That's a win-win. And stepping in at that time is really nice. It's rewarding. You're creating jobs for other people, right? People that maybe they don't have a job right now, but they have construction experience. You could do something on your Facebook, say, hey, does anybody have any experience flooring? Now you're giving people jobs and you're helping people get out of tough spots. And that's like what we need to do right now. With all of this shit that's been going on with COVID and the election, all these things that are going on, the riots, all that, this is the time to step up and not just lay back and go to sleep. Step up, take your life to the next level, get access to business funding, start a business, start investing in crypto, start investing in real estate, whatever it is, get an Amazon business going. But it couldn't be a better time. It's a new year. We're giving away memberships for you guys. We have a $500 discount if anyone wants to take action on that, or if anyone wants to talk to to people on our team just to get a better idea of what they could do with the funding or how the funding works. But we've pretty much explained damn near everything that we would on our webinar. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you have anything else.
Yeah, I just wanted to, let Carbon Cuevas and John know that we're going to be reaching out to you guys. You guys are the winners. And if for whatever reason we can't reach out to these users, we're going to be picking out another user. But I've no doubt that through YouTube, we're going to be able to send them a message and reach out to them.
And we're going to bring them on to a video so that you guys can confirm that we are giving these memberships away. Right? Because we're all about integrity. We're all about being transparent and being real and raw and sincere. And that's how we operate. That's how our team operates. There's no bullshit going on here. So once we get those winners and we got them in contact with us, we're going to have a video where we bring them on and confirm everything. And we're going to do that every single month. And then after we get them funding, we're going to bring them on to another interview and talk about that as well. So you guys can just kind of follow the journey the whole way.
It's going to be great.
Yep, so I'm gonna just write down the names of those people that won, just in case you guys tune in late or you see the video in a week from now or whatever it is. So we had, what was it, JONDUS and Carmen Cuevas. 2 winners. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
This has never been done before. We are making records here. I hope you guys like what we're doing. If you like what we're doing, tap the like button, tap the subscribe button. Don't smash it though, because that's subscribe abuse. No, I'm just kidding. But we really, we love connecting with you guys. Our channel's growing, so we really appreciate you guys coming back to the channel and visiting the videos, watching the videos, commenting, all that stuff. We're going to continue doing this. We're going to continue putting out free content to try to give you guys as much information that you can possibly have to make decisions, take action on either getting business credit or starting a business, investing in real estate. I try to share as much as I know about real estate. We're going to start doing more with crypto. We got a guy in the office who's like literally a crypto genius. His name's Brandon Kroon, and he's going to be on some videos with me. We're going to be talking about crypto. I'm going to dig more into that and just try to give you guys as much as we can for free. So hopefully you guys like what we're doing. If you do, share it, like it, comment. And we hope everyone has a great 2021. And we're looking forward to working with Jondas and Carmen. We hope you guys see this soon and contact us. You can call us at 800-996-0270. And we're going to reply to the comment and hopefully get in touch with you guys before the end of the day. So,
Excellent.
awesome.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Again, Mike Banks, Ari Page signing out. And we're so thankful that you joined us today.
See you.